take two. So I tried to do this live before, and my son decided to have like the vacuum on and then have huge meltdowns, and I think that caused a bit of a tension headache. I was like, I don't know if I can do it anymore. But I would like to share my little, it's been something that's actually come into my awareness a lot the last few days in a few conversations with a lot of my clients. I've been doing some bars and spiritual clearings and energetic work. So ways to help make the new choices to create something different in our life. So I guess the common trend was that a lot of people make choices based on other people or society's beliefs. So, you know, there's so many people out there that are trying to seek approval from, you know, their peers or their parents or their partners. Hi, Gemma. Anyone else watching? I know that I'm on my actual coaching page, which is not something I normally do, but I thought I should try and do the lives over there and get some interaction going. So hopefully some people will jump on and see this. But working with, so if you don't know what bars is or access consciousness, which is what I am a practitioner of, I'm also an empath and intuitive. So I work with energy, I guess you'd say. And I'm really blessed to have strong healing abilities and have worked through a lot of my own stuff so that I'm able to be that person to hold space and to help others to sort of work through theirs. So one of the tools that I sort of came across is a modality called Access Consciousness, and they have given me an abundance of different tools to use in everyday life. And one of them is bars. So I do a healing process that basically it's like pressing Control-Alt-Delete on a computer. It removes all the old files, and it's like it reduces the clutter in our brain basically and our body, so we've got more space to start creating something different or to reprogram the brain and start changing our belief systems, changing our thought processes so that we can have a higher vibrational or a more positive experience with life. So, you know, we stop the negative self-talk and the things that are limiting us from making new possibilities. So during these bar sessions, I really worked out, hi Britt, good morning, that so many people make choices based on others. And this is like something that I see all the time for majority of people that are suffering from some sort of self-worth or anxiety and depression, is that they're not usually choosing from themselves. They're choosing based on either a partner, expectations as a parent, the society's expectations, and they're not checking in about what would create more for them. And so a tool that I often ask people to do is say, like, try for a day, like just for a day, thinking about all the different things that you're going to do. And every time you go to make a choice, and check in and go, hey, am I making this choice for me? Yes or no? If it's based on what would be the best and most expansive for yourself, then make that choice. If you're making it based on someone else or what's expected of you, or a judgment or a limited belief of what you should be doing or what you shouldn't be doing, then you can still choose that. And it's actually quite interesting to choose knowing that you're choosing based on something else, but having the awareness that you're doing it, because then you can start to go and keep track of it. You can be like, okay, well, I know that I'm making this choice because it would make my mum happy. It's not what I want to choose, but I'm not ready to make new choices, so I'm going to choose it anyway, and I'm going to see what that creates. And then next time, when you actually make a choice based on what you want to do or what's right for you or what's more expansive for you and what you want to create, then compare the two outcomes and the energy in your body and how you feel and your vibration and your mental health and all of these different things that come out of the choices that we make. So I myself realised, so my birthday's tomorrow, and I had gone into this like, okay, I've worked through all these limiting beliefs as to why I don't like birthdays and Christmas. So they triggered my abandonment issues, basically, because my father left when I was 3, okay? He promised he'd always come and see me at birthdays and Christmases. He never did. He never called. So every birthday and Christmas was like a big, deep reminder of not being good enough and not being lovable enough, so that my dad didn't stick around and put the effort into being what he said he was going to be for me. And I didn't realise how strongly ingrained that was for me until like I started working through a lot of my stuff, and I was like, why do I hate birthdays and Christmases so much? Like, I don't like parties because if people don't come, then I feel like a piece of shit. And I was like, I don't know why I can't just be grateful for like the few people that do come to my parties, or whatever it was. So I haven't had a birthday party since I was 21. I haven't really celebrated a birthday because I moved up here not long after I had my first child, and I just didn't like birthdays because I didn't like feeling rejected. So if then people didn't make I didn't want people to make a fuss, but then when they didn't make a fuss, it was like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable enough. So it just reconfirmed all of those feelings from that very deep core wound that my dad left, made these promises, and he never fulfilled them. So once I started to recognize where it came from, and I was like, holy shit, that's why I don't like birthdays or Christmases or holidays, it was easy for me to go, well, that no longer serves me. I actually have worked through so much of those limiting beliefs that were there from that lesson, and it's taught me strength and all these different things. So I was like, this year I'm going to have a massive party, right? Okay. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm going to have a huge party. What happens? Coronavirus. So I'm like, And then they've sort of lifted the restrictions. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get creative. I could have a picnic in the park. We could social distance the blankets. You could have a timer and musical chair kind of situation, invite everyone, have wine and cheese, anyone's welcome, rotate, people can meet different people. And I was so excited about that idea. And I was like, that would be really fun. And then I had some stuff come up in my personal life, and it just triggered me back into these just unworthiness feelings and just resentment and stuff. And I started to look at why I was sort of feeling that way. And then I went into this I don't want to do anything. Fuck birthdays. I don't want to celebrate my birthday. I'm just going to go to bed and be alone on my birthday all weekend. And, I've got friends saying, asking and checking in, what are we doing? And I'm like, So I'm really not myself. And it hit me this morning. And I was like, I don't like doing that sort of thing. One, I'm not really a drinker, so I don't really like drinking at all. I had 2 drinks last night, and I was like, nah. So, I was like, no. And then I've been invited to a healing day, and I was like, a healing day? Doing, personal development, energy clearings. It would literally be a day of just, loving myself. I'm like, that is what I want to invest in. So am I making choices based on what society's expectations are about how you celebrate birthdays? Is it because my friends are expecting me, and it's not something they're projecting onto me, I'm taking it on, but I'm making a choice based on how people in this reality celebrate birthdays. They do some sort of alcoholic beverages birthday celebration. What if celebrating my birthday was just honoring myself enough to go and get a day of gifting and receiving energetic healing to remove these blocks and patterns of things that keep us stuck in the judgment. So then I went, because as soon as we start judging ourselves about our choices, so it was I was judging myself that I didn't want to have a birthday, and then so the judgments rolled into feeling less and less like I wanted to do anything. And and it's just like we create our own issues, really, because all I could have done was, what would I like to create today? What aligns with me and my energy? Who am I? And then it was like, as soon as I sort of went, yeah, I could do nothing for my birthday and that would be totally fine, and I'm not going to judge myself for it. It was like, but I'm going to love myself enough to do something that I want to do regardless. Not make choices based on what expectations are, and might go to the beach with my kids and have fish and chips. And that sounds like an absolutely awesome way to honor myself. And I don't need to fit into this reality's expectations of doing something different. So, you know, whenever you sort of get to that space, ask, is this something that's going to create greater for me? Or am I creating based on something else or somebody else? Because sometimes you don't even realize where the rabbit hole you're sort of going down, because it's such an ingrained pattern. And, you know, everyone, like, they go, oh, what are you doing for your birthday? And you're like, oh, not sure, nothing. And then they're like, you know, even the responses, you can take those on and all these different things. So just a good way to sort of start checking in. Am I creating this based on what I want to create? Like, what do I want to do today? Do I want to see this person? Do I want to, like, where is my life going? And am I doing it for me, or am I doing it based on other people's thoughts, feelings, beliefs, expectations? All right, have a beautiful day, and I'm going to... I don't understand anything you're saying, buddy. All right, love you.